the middle class. Articles are written about them. Politicians can't shut up about them. YouTubers constantly make videos about them. And unless you're rich, chances are you're either part of the middle class or you want to be part of the middle class. The question remains, who are they? What does it mean to be middle class? Hello, hello, hello. I'm Andrew and welcome to the Dad Manual. And this is my attempt as a dad and only a dad to explain what it means to be middle class in the United States. Chances are, if you're trying to search what it means to be middle class, you're going to find some cockamamie explanation on Google that's going to define itself very vaguely as being the middle of society. And you're going to find some range of middle-income households from, say, about $40,500 to anywhere up to $122,000 as being middle-income America. Now, this really is not a good explanation. This is just a very broad section of what it could be, and it really kind of depends on what the household size is as a whole. So if we actually search for what the median is, which is the direct center of the middle class, and we look for what the median household income is in America, we can actually find out that the median household income in 2018 was set up as $63,179. Now that might sound like a lot of money because when you go ahead and you translate that into how much that is per hour, well, guess what? That's $63,000. It's $30.37 an hour. And if you're looking at the middle class and you're thinking to yourself, $30.37 per hour, that's a great income. Well, you'd be right. That's a very good job. Here's the kicker though. This is the problem. The problem is when you're looking at the middle class, the median income of all jobs as a whole is only $35,977. That's the average salary, which means the middle class household isn't just one job. That means that instead of just being one job, we need to assume that there's one person who's going to make $17 per hour and a second person in this household who's going to make $13 per hour. So now that we know that we have two working adults in a household that's considered middle class, what else exists in that household? Well, some of these households are bound to be having kids. The birth rate in America is 1.73 births per woman. That means that we should assume here that each American household has one kid and that these middle class households are going to spend $284,000 per kid to raise them from the time they're born till the time they're 18. If you're curious as to how much that is, well, guess what? That's about $13,000 per year. That means in our middle class household here, we're talking about a household that exists of two working adults with one kid that's under 18. That means that both of those adults are working full-time jobs. That's just to make the $63,179. We also know that since both of these parents work, they're going to have two cars. Chances are if they own a house and they have a two-car garage, they're not even parking these cars in the garage. Doing a little more research, we can determine some other things about their lifestyles. Chances are they have two televisions and high-speed internet. That 90% of the middle class actually graduated high school. And roughly 2/3 went to college. Only 35% of the total middle class, though, actually graduates. Since so many of them go to college, there's going to be roughly about $32,700 in student debt that's going to equate to about a $250 a month payment for these households. In addition, non-mortgage related debt will total somewhere around another $32,800, or about $504 a month. And we can break that down into debts like automobiles, credit cards, and personal loans. The last thing that I'd like to point out is that most of these households, since you have two cars and you have two adults, it's likely you're going to have two payments. So we're not talking about them driving around in Lambos, or even Teslas for that matter. We're talking about used car markets are what you're going to see the middle class actually drive, especially when they have kids. So by now you're probably wondering why I'm going over all these facts describing the middle class. It's not because I'm trying to get you to fall underneath the weight of your own financial burdens that's weighing down on your shoulders. It's not that I'm trying to tell you not to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and that everything should just get handed to you. Rather, I'm trying to make certain you understand that it's a very complex situation to find financial freedom. And the lower on the income bracket that you are, whether you're in the middle class or in the lower class, the harder it's going to be. Many YouTubers are going to go out and pitch you some kind of cockamamie idea like you can save $1,000 or $1,500 per month. If you're making $63,000 in a year, that's just not going to be feasible for most American families. When you're looking to find financial independence, and even when you're looking to retire early, the journey is made by taking small incremental steps. You're not going to find some magical lottery ticket that is going to save you from ever having to work hard. That's not how it works. The war is won by saving individual dollars, by working individual hours, by making individual decisions in order to invest. And if you can only start out by saving $25 a week, that's okay. That's a start. That gets us in the right direction. It starts building a mentality that you can build upon. And pretty soon, once you start sending your money out to go make friends, it will start to build on its own. Well, that about wraps up today's video. What I want to know, though, is what you think it means to be middle class. Tell me about it down in the comments below. And thanks for joining me today. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. It really does help out the YouTube algorithm. And make sure you hit that subscribe button while you're down there. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And until next time, I'm Andrew Sherman. This is the Dad Manual. And always remember, failure isn't bad. Failure to try and learn is. Have a good one.